Deep beneath the waves lie mysterious underwater cities, long forgotten by the world above. These ancient ruins have fascinated explorers and scientists for centuries, revealing secrets of civilizations long lost to time. From Dwarka India to the Yonagonijima of Japan, the discovery of these submerged metropolises has sparked the imagination of people around the world and continues to captivate us with their mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Let's dive deeper to explore the beautiful world underwater. You'll be amazed to see the sixth one in our list. Keep watching. 1. Dwarka India. In 1998, the Gateway to Heaven, an underwater metropolis estimated to be 32,000 years old and located approximately 30 meters or 100 feet below the surface of the Gulf of Cambay, was discovered. It was discovered that there were antique relics as well as buildings, pillars, and grids from a city. They're shrouded in enigma, and some people think they're at least 10,000 years old, while others believe they could be 5,000 years old, and yet others are certain that they date back to the Middle Ages. However, many maintain that in the year 1473, the city of Dwarka was assaulted by the Sultan of Gujarat, Mahmud Begada, who was responsible for its destruction. In either case, this is an authentic underwater city that has been missing for a very long time, is rich in mystery and folklore, and is breathtaking. 2. Yonagonijima, Japan. The Yonaguni Monument is the Atlantis of Japan. Strangely even shapes, which some scientists claim can only be constructed and allude to an ancient civilization sunk some 10,000 years ago, lay off the coast of the Ryukyu Islands, where they have sparked much debate and mystery. Evidence of a lost underwater civilization includes a pyramid-shaped structure, an arch, staircases, and other formations with markings that could be ancient lettering. Contrary to the symmetrical basalt columns in Iceland and the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, some argue that the formations were formed by nature. The secret remains a mystery. 3. Lion City, China. The valley of Chundao was flooded in 1959 to make way for a hydroelectric plant and dam, resulting in the Lake of 1,000 Islands known as Chundao. The city of Shicheng, often known as Lion City, was flooded, and its 300,000 inhabitants were evacuated elsewhere. The underwater city remained a complete mystery until 2001, when a government-led expedition explored it and discovered a time capsule from Imperial China, complete with majestic and intricately built buildings from the 1300s. Expert divers today will encounter a dive unlike any other in this Chinese version of Atlantis. 4. The Thonis Heraklion in Alexandria, Egypt. Disappeared for a long time, Alexandria is shrouded in just as many secrets and stories as Atlantis. Yet, unlike Atlantis, Alexandria actually exists, and we did find it. And for the price of one, you may visit 2 ancient underwater cities. Thonis Heraklion is located a short distance from modern-day Alexandria, whereas the ruins of Alexandria can be found just a few feet offshore. Considering the age of the ruins, almost 2,000 years, and the number of shipwrecks, fallen anchors, and even lost and found gold treasures, both are remarkably well preserved. Like Venice, canals originally divided temples and buildings at Thonis Heraklion, although it's unknown what caused the city to be flooded. While scuba divers are still the only ones who can visit Thonis Heraklion, the public may soon be able to see the ruins of Alexandria thanks to plans for an underwater museum. 5. Villa Epiquen, Argentina. From the submerged city with the longest history to one of the more recent ones, on the shores of the salty lake that shares its name with a resort, Villa Epiquen was developed as a vacation destination approximately 370 miles from the capital city of Buenos Aires. It was a thriving resort town up until 1985, when an extraordinary meteorological event led to floods that broke the dam of Lake Epiquen. After that, the town never fully recovered. Over the subsequent 8 years, Villa Epiquen was gradually but progressively submerged until in 1993, the entire town was located at a depth of 33 feet. Since then, the water level has decreased, leaving behind an eerie city grid, trees that have died along streets that were once filled with people, in a marina that is deserted. According to reports, there's at least one individual still residing there. 6. Port Royal, Jamaica. Port Royal was once a bustling pirate haven and a center of trade and commerce in the Caribbean. Although the city was destroyed by a massive earthquake in 1692, much of its history and beauty still remain underwater. The submerged ruins of Port Royal are home to a stunning array of marine life, including colorful corals, tropical fish, and other exotic sea creatures. Exploring the underwater ruins of Port Royal is a unique experience that allows divers to witness the remains of a once thriving city, including the fortifications that protected it, the merchant houses that housed its inhabitants, and the streets and walkways that once bustled with activity. The city's underwater beauty is enhanced by the clear turquoise waters of the Caribbean, which offer a spectacular backdrop for underwater exploration and photography. In addition to its historical significance, Port Royal is also a popular diving destination for its rich marine life and unique underwater topography. Its coral reefs are teeming with diverse and colorful species, from small invertebrates to larger fish and sea turtles. All of these elements come together to make Port Royal, Jamaica, a truly unique and stunning underwater city that's well worth exploring for both history buffs and nature lovers alike. 7. Baia, Italy. Another once evil city that has been drowned beneath the water. Baia, located about 18 miles outside of Naples on the Mediterranean coast, has been called the Las Vegas of ancient Rome since it's attracted not evil pirates but rather hedonistic Romans. Sad to say, it went down like the rest of the evil cities, probably because of the region's frequent volcanic eruptions. Many statues, in addition to buildings and temples dating back 2,000 years, have been discovered in pristine condition. Some parts of the sunken city are visible above water, and the majority of the city is at a depth of fewer than 20 feet. Snorkeling is a great way to see the archaeological park. 8. Eilat Israel. Even though there are a lot of underwater complexes that claim to be the oldest, this one looks like it has a legitimate claim to the title. The location of this Neolithic settlement in the Mediterranean Sea, which is considered to be roughly 8,000 years old, lies just off the coast of Israel. Buildings, graves, and even the occasional skeleton were found when the submerged city was uncovered in 1984. The water depth was 30 feet. However, the 7 megaliths that were laid out in a circle like an underwater Stonehenge have got to be the most incredible discovery. It is speculated that an earthquake and the subsequent tsunami were responsible for the disappearance of the old civilization, and the settlement is supported. 9. San Roma de Sao, Spain. Yet another reservoir has been responsible for the destruction of a hamlet. It wasn't until the 1960s that this once thriving community in Catalonia, which lies between Barcelona and the border with France in northeastern Spain, disappeared beneath the waves. The residents relocated, taking their goods and their deceased loved ones with them. They exhumed the bodies of their departed family members and friends from the cemetery. The only part of the settlement that is visible above the water is the church spire, which rises dramatically above the rest of the village. When the water level is high, only the tip of the spire is visible. However, when the water level is low, the entire church as well as the peaks of other buildings appear, creating a spooky spectacle. 10. The Lost Villages, Ontario, Canada. In order to complete the construction of the St. Lawrence Seaway and the hydropower project in the 1950s, a dam had to be constructed in the middle of the St. Lawrence River, halfway between Cornwall in Ontario and Messina in New York. The issue was that 9 communities would be lost to flooding as a result of the development. People who were able to move their houses away on the back of trailers, as well as some public and famous structures, were rescued as a result of relocation because they had plenty of advance warnings. Because of the flooding that occurred in the region, the 9 communities are now remembered at the Lost Villages Museum in La Salle. The museum is dedicated to preserving the history of the communities. And that's all for the video today. We'll be right back with more such videos. Don't forget to give this one a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.